I have something to tell you, and I need you to hear every word, because this is my final story, the last one I'll ever tell, and I want you to remember it. Not just today, not just this week, forever. You know what real love looks like? Not the fairy tale kind, not the easy kind. Real love is waiting when everyone tells you to stop, when your body breaks down, when hope turns into pain, and still you wait. I waited for 9 years, 3,285 mornings. I walked to the same place, 3,285 afternoons. I sat and watched and hoped. Every train that arrived, every face that passed, I looked for him, just him. He never came, but I never stopped going. Not once, not ever. Some called me loyal, some called me faithful, some called me foolish. I didn't care what they called me. I only cared about one thing, the promise I made. Wait for me here. Those were his words. The last thing he said to me, and I kept that promise until my very last breath. My name is Hachiko. In Japanese it means the eighth, but to the world I became something else, a symbol, a legend, a reminder that some promises are worth keeping, no matter the cost. This is my story, the one they carved into bronze, the one they tell children, the one that made grown men cry. And if you stay with me, I promise you will never forget it. I'm an Akita, Japanese breed, cream-colored fur, proud stance, loyal by nature. But I wasn't always alone at that train station. Once I had everything. I had a home, a purpose, a human I loved more than my own life. His name was Professor Yuno. Shibuya Yuno. He taught at the university, agriculture department. He was kind, gentle, patient. He found me when I was just a puppy, 8 weeks old, abandoned at the train station, alone, scared. He picked me up, looked into my eyes, and said, "You're coming home with me, Tokyo, Shibuya Station." I was so small then. He carried me in his coat. I could hear his heartbeat, steady, calm, safe. That heartbeat became my world. He named me Hachiko. It means eighth in Japanese. I was his eighth, his last, his most loved. And from that moment on, I was his shadow. Every morning the routine was the same. 5:30 a.m. His alarm would ring. I'd hear it from my spot beside his bed. I'd stretch, yawn, wait for him to wake. He'd reach down, scratch behind my ears. "Good morning, Hachi." 3 words. Every morning, for years. 6 a.m. Breakfast. He'd make tea. I'd eat my rice and fish. We'd sit together in the quiet morning light. 6:30. Time to go. He'd put on his coat, pick up his briefcase. "Look at me. Ready, Hachi." I was always ready. We'd walk together through the neighborhood, past the shops just opening, the bakers, the flower sellers. Everyone knew us. "Good morning, Professor." "Good morning, Hachi." We'd walk side by side, his hands sometimes resting on my head, my pace matching his exactly. 15 minutes every morning, just us. Then we'd reach the station, Shibuya Station, the train platform. He'd kneel down, eye level with me, every single time. "I'll be back at 3 o'clock, Hachi. Wait for me here." He'd scratch my ears one last time. Then he'd stand, walk through the gate, board the train, and I'd watch until the train disappeared. Every morning, and every afternoon, I'd be back, 3 o'clock, exactly. I never missed it. I'd sit at the station entrance, watch every train arrive, watch every passenger exit, waiting, and then, there he'd be, coming through the gate, briefcase in hand, tired from the day. But when he'd see me, his face would light up. "Hachi, you waited." Of course I waited. I always waited. He'd kneel down, hug me, and we'd walk home together every day for over a year. It was perfect. It was everything. That morning started like every other morning. 5:30, alarm, his hand on my head. Good morning, Hachi. Breakfast, tea, rice, quiet. 6:30, coat, briefcase. Ready, Hachi. We walked, same route, same pace, same 15 minutes, but something felt different. I don't know how to explain it. Dogs, we feel things, sense things, something in the air, something in his heartbeat. It was off, just slightly. When we reached the station, he knelt down. Like always, I'll be back at 3 o'clock, Hachi. Wait for me here. But this time, he held me longer. His hand stayed on my head. His fingers scratched behind my ears, slow, like he was memorizing the feeling. Good boy, Hachi. You're such a good boy. Then he stood, walked to the gate, turned back. One last time, we made eye contact. And I swear I saw something in his eyes. Something that said goodbye. But I didn't understand it then. The train came. He boarded. It left. And I went home. 3 o'clock came. I was there. At the station. Same spot. Same position. The train arrived. Passengers flooded out. I watched every face. He wasn't there. That's okay. Sometimes he was late. Meetings ran over. Trains delayed. I waited. 3:30. Another train. More passengers. Not him. 4 o'clock. Another train. Not him. 5 o'clock. The station was emptying. Rush hour ending. Still not him. 6 o'clock. The sun was setting. The station quieter now. Where was he? Still here. Go home, boy. He must have missed the train. But I didn't go home. I stayed. All night. The next morning, I was still there. 5:30 a.m. I'd been at the station for 14 hours. The first train arrived. Morning commuters. He wasn't on it. That's okay. Maybe he stayed late at the university. Slept in his office. He'd be on the next one. 6 o'clock. 6:30. 7. Not him. That afternoon. 3 o'clock. I was there again. Every train. Every passenger. Not him. The station master came out. Kind man. Older. He knew us. Hachi. The professor isn't coming. He had a heart attack yesterday. At the university. He's gone, Hachi. I'm so sorry. I didn't understand the words. But I understood the tone. Something was wrong. The next day. I went back. 3 o'clock. The train arrived. He wasn't on it. The day after that. I went back. He wasn't there. The day after that. And the day after that. And the day after that. For weeks, months, years, every day. 3 o'clock, Shibuya Station. I waited. People tried to take me home. The professor's family. They wanted me, took me, fed me, gave me a warm place to sleep. But every day at 2:30, I'd leave. I'd walk to the station. 15 minutes. Same route, same pace. 3 o'clock, I'd be there. They tried to stop me. Locked doors, fences. I'd find a way out, because he said he'd be back at 3 o'clock, and I believed him. The station workers started leaving food for me. Water, a blanket in winter. Commuters recognized me. That's Hachi. He's waiting for the professor. Some would stop, pet me, talk to me. He's not coming back, Hachi. I'm sorry, but I didn't believe them. He promised. 3 o'clock, every day. He'd never broken a promise before. Why would he start now? Years passed. I got older. My muzzle turned gray. My joints ached in the cold. But I still went. Every day, people started telling stories about me. The loyal dog. The one who waited. Newspapers wrote about me. Photographers came. Children would visit just to see me. There he is. That's Hachi. I didn't care about the attention. I just wanted him. One winter I got sick. Weak. Could barely stand. The station master called a vet. They treated me. Brought me back to health. Why does he keep coming back? The vet asked. He's waiting for his owner. Has been for 6 years now. 6 years. And he still thinks he's coming back. Hachi doesn't think. Hachi knows. That's the difference. But here's the truth they didn't see. It wasn't hope anymore. After the first year, I knew, deep down, I knew he was gone. Dogs aren't stupid. We understand death. We smell it. We feel it. I knew, but I couldn't stop. Because what if everyone was wrong? What if today was the day? What if I wasn't there, and he came back, and I wasn't waiting? What if he needed me, and I'd given up? I couldn't risk it, so I kept going. Even when my body begged me to stop. Even when winter winds cut through my fur and I shivered for hours. Even when summer heat made me dizzy and weak. Even when my paws bled from the walk. I went, every day, 3 o'clock, because I'd promised him to. He said, wait for me here, and I'd never broken a promise to him either. Mama, why is he so sad? He's waiting for someone who's never coming back. That's the saddest thing I've ever heard. She left, came back the next day, with a rice ball, wrapped carefully, for Hachi. She did that every week, for 2 years, until her family moved away. Before she left, she knelt down, hugged me. I hope he comes back, Hachi. I really do. A businessman, every day, same train, 3:15 arrival. He'd stop, pet my head, briefly, never said anything. Did it for 4 years. One day he stopped. I never saw him again. I wondered if he was okay. The station master, dear man, he retired after 8 years. His last day, he sat beside me for an hour. I've watched you, Hachi, every day for 8 years, and I've learned something. Loyalty isn't about being right. It's about being faithful. You're the most faithful soul I've ever known. He cried. I didn't understand why. I'm 11 years old now, in dog years. That's very old, especially for an outcut. My body is failing. I know this. My back legs barely work. I collapse sometimes. Have to rest. The walk to the station takes me an hour now. Used to take 15 minutes, but I still go. It's March 8th, 1935. Cold day, snowing lightly. I made it to the station, 2:45, early. I'm so tired. I lie down, near the entrance. The one I've occupied for 3,285 days. The snow is falling softly. It's quiet, peaceful. I close my eyes, just for a moment, just to rest, and I dream. I dream of him, kneeling down, eye level with me. Good morning, Hachi. His hand on my head, scratching behind my ears. You waited for me. You always waited. I want to tell him of course I waited. I'll always wait. He smiles. That smile I haven't seen in 9 years. The bakers, the flower sellers. Good morning, Professor. Good morning, Hachi. We're together again. My heart is full. My world is complete. I'm home. They found me on March 9th, 1935, 6 in the morning. The first train was arriving. I was lying in my spot where I'd lain 3,285 times before. The snow had covered me during the night. White, peaceful, quiet. I looked like I was sleeping, but I wasn't sleeping. I was home. The station master found me first. He knelt down, touched my cold fur, and he wept. He never gave up. Not once, not ever. They carried me away, gently, with the kind of reverence you give to soldiers, to heroes, because that's what I'd become. Not just a dog, a symbol. News of my death spread through Tokyo like wildfire. Thousands came to pay respects, to say goodbye, to touch the place where I'd waited. They held a funeral for a dog. Can you imagine? Dignitaries, professors, students, strangers who'd never met me, but knew my story. They cried, all of them, and they buried me, not in some anonymous grave, not in a pet cemetery, right beside him. Professor Yuno, my human, my everything, our headstones side by side, together at last, just like I always knew we would be. 1 year later, they built the statue, bronze, life-sized, of me sitting, waiting, right there, at Shibuya Station, the exact spot where I spent 9 years. The plaque reads, Chukin Hachiko, loyal dog Hachiko, and it's still there. Almost 90 years later, that statue stands, and every single day, people visit. They touch my bronze head, leave flowers, take photographs. They meet there. See you at Hachiko. They say, the station exit. They renamed it, the Hachiko exit. I became a landmark, a meeting point, a symbol of loyalty that transcends death. But here's what they don't tell you in the history books. Here's what the tourists don't know. When they pose beside my statue, I didn't do it for fame, for legacy, for statue. I did it because I loved him. And when you truly love someone, you don't need reasons. You don't need hope. You just show up every day until you can't anymore. What promise have you made that you're too tired to keep? What person have you loved that you've stopped showing up for? What hope have you abandoned because it hurt too much to hold on to? I'm not here to judge you. I'm here to remind you that faithfulness, real faithfulness, it's not about feelings. It's about choice. Every single day, you choose. I chose 3,285 times. Even when my legs couldn't carry me. Even when my heart was shattered. Even when everyone said I was wasting my life. I chose to, because that's what love does. It waits, it endures, it believes, even when belief defies logic. Now I'm not saying you should wait for something impossible, but I am saying this. Don't give up on the people who matter. Don't abandon promises you made. Don't let comfort steal your faithfulness. Show up, even when it's hard. It's measured in faithfulness, and I was faithful until the very end. This is the last story in our series. 5 dogs, 5 voices, 5 truths you needed to hear. Bailey, who was perfect until she wasn't convenient. Rocky, who watched through glass for 10 years. And me, Hachiko, who waited until my last breath. We all have something to teach you, and if you listened, if you really heard us, then do something about it. Go to your dog right now. Sit with them. Touch them. See them. Go to the person you've been taking for granted. Tell them you love them. Mean it. Keep the promises you've made, even the small ones, especially the small ones, because life is short, but loyalty is eternal. If this series changed you, share it. Let others hear our voices. Subscribe so you never forget. And when you walk past a dog, any dog, remember us. Remember that we see everything, feel everything, love everything. We just can't tell you, but we tried. Through these stories, through these voices, we finally spoke. And I really hope you were listening. This is Hachiko, and this is goodbye, but not really. Because I'll be waiting, just like I always was, at the station, in bronze, in your heart, forever faithful, forever yours.